we training today?
Big chest and arm day today. Just a little bit of chest, just to keep some fullness and some roundness to the pecs, and one of the areas I want to bring up. So, and then I also want to bring up my arms. So we're gonna smash some biceps and triceps as well.
Six weeks out of the Olympia, what are some of the biggest mental hurdles that you go through?
6 weeks out. You're never lean enough, too small, watery, bloated, too fat. Coaching myself is obviously a bigger hurdle because when I'm being coached, I don't think about anything. I just do what the program tells me to do and shut my brain off and just do what needs to get done. And adding the element of coaching myself obviously adds a little bit more stress and a lot more thinking. And some days you don't really feel like the champ, and other days you do. And some of the battles right now are just like, am I going to be lean enough? Am I going to be top 15 in the world? And it's obviously my goal, but I'm going against the best in the world right now, and that's a tall mountain to climb. So it's just I'm just trying to do my best to stay out of my head and be as present as I can. And I think that's kind of one of the biggest battles that everyone faces, is not being present and always wanting more and not ever really feeling like you're good enough. So that's something I'm going through right now. And as I head into these last 6 weeks, month and a half, like I said, it's just a tall mountain to climb. So I just have to keep my head down and feet moving forward, and just stay present best that I can. Oh. Oh.
Everybody, not everyone goes to the Olympia. So what would be the mental toughness required?
You got to remember, you're not top of the chain anymore, man. Like, you go from an amateur where you're top amateur at the national stage, and then you're winning nationals, you're winning your class, and then you're winning your pro card, and you go from the top in Canada or your country or whatever to the complete bottom, and then you climb your way back up and win a pro show, which is huge. And then you're mixed in with 60 other guys who've won pro shows. So, part of it is knowing that there's guys doing things that you want to be doing, and there's guys doing things that you haven't done yet. And it's very easy when you're in a bit of a smaller pond to think I'm the big fish, and then you go there and you're no longer the big fish anymore. And Don't get me wrong, it's really cool, like, you know, getting treated like an Olympian and like a pro and everything like that, and it's an incredible experience and everything. But um, the way I see it is like I feel like people are chomping at my heels all the time. Like I'm climbing up this hill, and the second that I slip, there's 5 guys ready to take my spot and chomping on my heels, and it's like, dude, it's this mental battle of like you can't slip. Like if you slip, you're literally slipping placings because there's so many good guys, and there's so many guys who can just take your spot the second that you want to ease up, and the second that you want to say, oh, I don't want to go do cardio today, I want to take it easy on this workout today. Well, that 5 other guys aren't. So the second that you think that, oh, I'm comfortable, you already lost your spot. So it's just a matter of like staying on top of everything I need to stay on top of. And then most importantly, like you have guys like Chris Bumstead and Ramon and, you know, and Ruff and Breon and all these guys who have been at it for so long and at the top for so long. And it's like, man, how do I get there? And what have I not been doing? And what am I doing that isn't putting me there? And these replay in my head every single day, man. It's just a matter of like trying to close the gaps and like, you know, calling myself out and being accountable to myself. And, you know, I think that's the hardest part, is being honest and accountable to myself and making sure like I'm checking not only all the boxes that I need to check, but finding new boxes to put on the list to check off. So, you know, I'm going into this show with, you know, like pretty low expectations, but also pretty high expectations, because I want to get that ranking. I want to be that top 15, and I have to do what top 15 is willing to do. And, you know, we're going to find out if that's good enough. So.
What are some strategies you use to stay focused during prep or any?
I don't know about like strategies, but you know, I think, like I said, like you take like one step at a time. I think it's important to slow things down. It's very easy to get caught up in everything that needs to be done. When you think about contest prep and you think about 12 weeks out or 6 weeks out or 18 weeks out, whatever it is, when you're thinking about all that needs to be done in that amount of time, it can get very overwhelming. So, you know, I used to have this struggle in prep where I used to count down the minutes until the prep was over. And now I just remind myself, like, the time's got to come. Like, you know, time is never stopping. So if you're 8 weeks out and you're struggling, you're 4 weeks out and you're struggling, like, you just remind yourself, like, the time's got to come. It has to come no matter what. The more you think about it, the slower time's going to feel. It's just a matter of staying present. And, you know, like for me, it's reminding myself my why. And like, for me, it's just, I love training, man. Like I got into this because I love training. And I remember, you know, over 10 years ago at this point, I remember like finding myself in the gym and then thinking like, man, what if I could make something out of this? Like, what if I could make a career out of this, of something that I love to do? And I think that's something kind of lost in competing in this era now a little bit with social media, is the lost art of like loving what you do. And I think a lot of people don't necessarily love what they do as much as they love the outcome, or they love the result, or they love the validation from external sources. You know, for me, I just stay internal as the best that I can, and as much as I appreciate all the support and everything, which I really, really do, and it doesn't go unnoticed, but for me, it's just internal, and it's just reminding myself why I'm doing this. And you know, I think it's really important to. There's a lot to be said about just taking one step at a time. And you know, for some people, it's just a matter of like, what's my next meal, what's my next training session, and the deeper that you get into prep, and the harder that it gets, and the more tired that you are, it really just comes down to that next rep. You know, I was training with Vito the other day, and I was telling him, just one rep, man. That's all you have to do, is just one rep. Because when you look at it like 12 reps, how am I going to do 12 reps with this little energy? How am I going to get through this whole workout with this little energy? It's like, you don't have to get through the whole workout, you just have to get through the next rep. And I think a lot of people need to remind themselves that it's just take life one rep at a time. So for me, staying focused, it's not that hard, man. To be honest, I love what I do, and you know, I just keep reminding myself, like, the only way to get to the next level is to push myself harder, and just keep reminding myself of why I do this. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a wrap for today's juicy chest and arm day.
One, two, three, four, frontal. Two, three, four. Go turns here. Side chest. Face back. Back to the left. Open, 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 open. There you go. Good. Listen to your right. Keep that core tight. Side tricep. Air control. Face front, front thigh out. Keep it. For all that air. Down. We'll take a big breath. Most of your classic pose. Okay. Here's a question. Tips that you learned when you were away, compared to what we've been working with.
On posing?
Yeah.
When I was away.
Yeah. You traveled to, can't remember who you were working with. Not China. Who was it? It was, you were getting some tips from.
Brett.
Brett, yes, Brett. Yeah.
Brett Martin. Nothing really. It was more like on this pose, I do that. I exaggerate.
Right.
Just to make sure get the pep involved a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, good. Get the lat, yeah. Because I noticed that was different. That actually looked good.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything in the back? Anything in the back?
I don't remember. Do you remember?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Okay, just want to check. So in your back,
Crank the elbows is one thing that they taught me. So helps on my front shot too, but so let's say I'm here. No. See my arms are
yeah.
they might be a little bit too far.
Yes. Just make sure when you do that,
Yeah.
when the elbows are there, your forearm doesn't collapse and go past the bicep. You see
Sit
that?
there.
Yeah, don't do
Okay.
that. You still want to make sure that forearm stays directly over that bicep.
Okay.
So it's essentially what we're doing is we're just letting the scapula open up and just letting the arm go with it. But we're not cranking the forearm so far back because you don't have long humerus bone.
Yeah.
It's very short.
Yeah.
So if you come down like this, you'll basically look like you're flexing like this.
Right.
So that's the only thing I would say.
Okay.
When you bring it back, let the scap, yes, he's right. Get that elbow there and make sure your arms stay nice and
Okay.
open because you have such thick forearm and bicep. You don't need to squish down on it. Yeah. See, you don't need to squish down. You can really just Good. Okay.
Then another thing I used to, so my coach had me with my foot
put it out to the side.
And you were telling me just put it back like a little bit more, and so I've been doing that.
In the middle?
Yeah, 'cause I don't like doing that. I feel like it takes away from my hamstrings, and I have a harder time kind of like lifting up my hamstring, right? So if like, but as I'm watching guys, I'm like, I do like that look though. Like it's straight. You know, it's very balanced.
It allows when you bring it. So yeah, you have to find that it's not that the leg is coming straight back behind you, but it's not that the leg is going straight to the side. It's on that 45, so it's in the middle.
Yeah.
So when you're here, yeah, it's more here,
Yeah.
and then you can turn out. So it's a combination. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Now, do me a favor and bend this down. When you bend this knee, the knee doesn't go straight. When you bend the knee rotates out.
Okay.
So if I'm here, see?
Yeah.
Boom, see that?
Yeah.
So when you're doing this, because you rotate this hip really well, but then this hip stays straight.
Yeah.
And then when I say sit, you do this, but look, the knee didn't do anything. It's actually from the hip.
Yeah.
So basically what you're talking about, if you have tight glutes, or once your glutes get open up, the hips keep rotating. So when you're here, when you set that up, see?
Okay.
Turn the hips out and then sit. So now you'll be able to get that nice flare, and then you'll see this rather than this knee being linear and this rotating.
I have that issue with all my both on my right leg. It's literally just this hip. It's been like that for my whole life. It's getting better and better and better the more I work on it, but I couldn't even do that.
I remember. Very stiff. There, perfect. Because now look.
Yeah.
I don't even have to look here. See that sweep?
Yeah.
Boom. There you go. But here's the thing. When the upper body goes up, the legs can't come up with you.
Okay. So you want me to stay?
So lower, same thing like your front relax. You don't start off like this.
Yep.
And then as soon as you go to open up your upper body, stand up on this. Lower body down, upper body up. So the two halves are doing different things. You can't stand up on your legs. Once you sit on it, don't move. I need you to think of your back of the body when you're doing your back relax. Let the scap open up, let the arms flare. You do that beautifully, but you gotta take the spine back towards the shoulders again. Same thing like your back of the body. Yep. So you open up, now posture your whole entire spine. You pass it, yes.
Oh, okay.
There, because now look at your waist.
Okay.
So now look at the thickness.
Okay.
I don't want to say lean that because lean to people, I want you to posture your spine, arch your spine.
Okay.
So the chest comes up. You know, when you do your front relax.
Yeah.
When we come here, it's the same thing. We're just doing that for the back. Because you don't want to open up and just stay here.
Yeah. No, I noticed my back relaxed flat. Even my back relaxed right sometimes. Like it's
Because you don't concentrate on getting this posture up.
okay.
See the difference in your waistline?
Yeah.
Bend your knees, There you go. See. Okay, that's why. Don't move.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, stop moving. I'll show you why it's off. So when you set up this pose, right? So right away, you see you squeeze your glutes.
Yeah.
Right? But if you look at the trajectory of my body, it's going forward. Look in the mirror. Look at my hip.
Yeah.
If you draw a line from my hip going up to my body, I'm straight up.
Okay.
So, but as soon as I go to rotate, do you see, if you were to draw a line from my hip, you see how my upper body is in front,
Yep.
as if I'm gonna fall over?
Yep.
So your setup, when you're here, you have to fully bend that back knee,
Okay.
posterior pelvic tilt. Now my body has more of this position.
Yeah.
So now when I rotate, my upper body is directly underneath of my hips.
Okay.
But if this hip stays here,
Yeah.
now you see how it looks like I'm falling over?
Yeah.
So you know when we do this pose and we do our transition, when we come here, we do
Yeah.
stuff like this, this is what we have. We have to lean all the way back. Yeah, hit the calf. Yeah, that. Legs. You have to fully posterior pelvic tilt so your body's facing this way.
Oh, okay.
From here, we can front double line. I'm going to rotate, but if you notice, I'm keeping my head right where it is. And then I just drop down.
Okay.
Keeping that weight in my back leg, where I'm sitting. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And you want this knee pushed against kind of like,
No.
not at all.
No. Just, it's literally like a lunge.
Okay.
You keep looking at your bicep when you go down. Keep looking at your bicep when you go down. And keep those glutes tight. Now, please remember, you need to see this. Right? If your head is facing on this angle. See, here's how normally people hit it. Where they give us this little angle. If we actually, but don't pull. You don't have to pull. Just rotate. Just use your torso. Boom. Now, air. Yeah. And you gotta keep it there. Yes, and you gotta keep it there. You can't come back. See, if you come back, you give us this narrow look. Yeah. Like perfect things like that. Actually, Chris Mo said, his side chest is really good. Because he's tall, he actually drops down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like he drops this arm down a little bit and raise it because he can get away with that. But you, right here, and we just rotate, boom. See? See, I can see both my shoulders, a full clavicle bone, which means now I'm gonna get that nice triangle. The quad, the glute, legs. And turn your head. Turn your head so the whole body rotates with you. Boom, there it is. Now do me one favor, don't move. Hold the pose, but don't flex hard. Raise up your diaphragm. So remember what I said. You see how we can see all this space here? You can see all this stomach. And remember what I said, whatever is within your arm, this is your side chest. I don't want to see stomach. If we can lower it just a little bit, now raise your diaphragm up. There. You see this? See this lower part of the rib cage? You want your forearm to flow down where it tapers. But if we have our hand way up here, you're gonna have the stomach showing.
Yeah.
Right? Remember? Keep the hand at the left handle. Raise the diaphragm up this forearm because you vacuum and you suck in. You should feel that forearm be able to literally go right across down, not staying up in the upper ribs. Okay, so chest. Pull, still pull. There. But what allows you to look big is just taking the diaphragm and letting it come, see?
Yeah.
Rather than,
Right.
we're not trying to bend on our spine. We're just trying to bring our chest into this position. So now when I'm here, see, my body's up. I'm not leaning back. I'm just sitting on it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
One more time. Beautiful. And it probably feels way easier and less. Look at them on the stomach. You see barely any stomach.
I feel there's more taper that way too.
And way more taper. Bro,
Typically.
well, why is there more taper? Because we can see the shoulders. You can see both shoulders because you're rotating. There you go. Yeah. Give me something. Like watch, here. Your chest is wicked, bro. Let the chest, oh, you come out here, boom, you're here. Boom. Give me a squeeze. Hold the damn pose. Like, let us see what you got. Then go ahead and take it from there. Does that make sense? You have to remember, as soon as you come out, you only have 5 seconds. That first pose is everything.
Should I start with my front dolly thing?
No, everything that you just did was absolutely perfect. I just want you to come out and really maximize that first pose. Right? I'd rather, you know how you like to do your most musculars and your setups, like in your pitches and stuff? That's perfect right here. You're immediately coming out here showing us the fullness of your chest, your shoulders, your pop, and then you bring it back, you open it up, boom, the abs are controlled, and then we're like, okay, I want to see what else this guy got going. All right? Let's go. Yeah. Now take your time. Open it. Now hold it. Now go. And keep that same energy. Beautiful. Yes. Feel it. Take your time. There's no rush. You're a pro. Let them see it. Get into it. Go. Take your time. Good. That's core control. Yes. Keep it going. Keep that momentum. Take your time. No rush. Feel your legs. Yep. Set it up. Let it open. Good. Keep it right on the legs. Just let it open. Beautiful. Let's go. Core control right away. Don't rush this pulse. Take your time. Feel it. Boom. Good. Next. Feel it. More control. Boom. Again. Take your time. Yes. Come on. Come on. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Come on. Boom. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Come on. Yeah. Keep that energy. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Keep that energy. Yeah. Now that's a freaking routine. You feel that? You feel that? That's a routine. Every single time you pose, you are on stage.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're over there on the wall. I don't care if you're in here. I don't care if you're at home. If you have a camera in front of you or not, if you have your phone or not, you're not just hitting shots to hit shots. You go in character, you go in the mode that you want to be, and you're there. And every time you pose, you're hitting it like you're on stage. Because what's gonna happen is, like I always tell people, the way you practice is the way you play. Right? If you half-ass it, well then when you're tired, you're exhausted, you're depleted, and then you go on stage, as soon as you try to put all that maximum effort, what happens? You get immediately tired, body starts to build lactic acid. Why? Because it's not used to being pushed mentally.
Yeah.
And then physically it shows.
Yeah.
Right?
For